Hello. Just waiting, seeing if anybody's going to pop in here. I've been offline for a couple days. Haven't had no videos out. Sorry about that, guys. Personal stuff going on here at the house. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you? I don't think anybody's going to be joining us. You're the only one in here, and it's not even showing that you're here. There we go. Kirst, hello. Shalima, hello. I know. I know it's about time. Sorry. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's go down through here. We've got Mama Bear. Let's take roll call. Kirst, Shalima, my ranch. How is everybody doing? Oh, I'm good. Just dealing with stuff. How you been? Just dealing with stuff, Mama Bear. You know that. We talked we texted last night. Well, yesterday. But I got things worked out. Well, for now anyways. Good morning, my ranch. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I figured out, I thought it turned into a flop. Sorry about that. If anybody did not enjoy themselves, then let me know. I will not try that one again. Hello, Flip Flop. Thank you, Diana, so much. Glad you're aboard. Texaholic. Hello, Nana's Angels mods in chat. Well, hello, Texaholic. How are you? Hang on 2 seconds, guys. I'm having to tell somebody I'm live. Let's see what's being said. Same. I've only had 3 hours sleep. Oh, I'm sorry, hun, but I'm still doing it here and work. Wow. Lord, I'm getting a little bit too old to go on 3 hours worth of sleep. You had to renew your membership. Okay, that's fine, but I'm still glad you did. I'm going to be hanging flyers for summer through my month, throughout the month. Land vacation, okay. All right. I'm doing just fine, sweetheart. Thank you for asking. I cannot say that. Don't make fun of me, guys. I'm going to try to pronounce that. I have never been able to pronounce that. So do not make fun of me and do not clip me. Worcestershire. I can't say it. Worcestershire. Ah. You ever had one of those words that you cannot pronounce no matter what? That's my word. Worcestershire. What? I can't do it. I can't put them together. Can you believe still nothing since Friday? I'm getting pissed about it. Oh wow, hon, I am so sorry. Just all month long. Okay, I got you, hon. I'm here. Well, you were on my phone. From South Carolina to Kansas City. That is awesome, hon. Say the one like I. Huh? Okay. No, you got to explain, Kirst. You got to explain. It's not making sense to me, baby. I'm trying to give a little time, let some other people get in here, but not sure how many people is going to be in here. I didn't look to see how many people were actually live before I went live. I just knew I hadn't done anything for a couple of days and knew I needed to get something out here. Kitty cats. Good morning, Nana, mods, and everyone. Good morning to you too. And peas in a pot, I'm glad to see you here, sweetie. Stupid allergies have to start kicking in. Hello, Pamela. I'm so sorry I did not get your video out yesterday. I had, that was like a family emergency type deal, but I will be working on that, okay? Yeah, just text you. My aunt called and was asking me questions about our podcast. LOL. She came across one of your lives with me on panel. Oh, okay. Worcestershire. I cannot say it. Don't matter how you break it up, baby. I can't say it all together. I cannot. That is a word I cannot say. Last night was cray cray. What do you mean on PGs? What did I miss something? Your allergies too, yeah. Oh, the R is silent. Worcestershire. Okay. Worcestershire. I can't say it, baby. I can't. I don't know what my problem is. Yes, on PGs. Oh crap. So I take it you saw my little episode there, huh? She calls all lives a podcast. I guess you kind of can say it is, right? I wish these stupid notifications for my mail would quit coming up. Turn off all notifications. There, good. Doesn't say one, it says I. Trying to say how to pronounce Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I appreciate your help, sweetheart. There's no hope when it comes to me in that word. I can't say it either. I can't. Daisy come on that panel 3 times. You mean she left and come back? Wow. She dang sure didn't have no answer except excuses, huh? It was the best of shires. It was the worst of shires. Did I say it? Closest I'm going to get to it, huh? Um, I had to take a walk. I was so revved up last night because of you were in PGs too, wasn't you? What I don't understand. I mean, I'm not here to bash no creators or anything. Even Daisy. I mean, I have my thoughts about how they treat Candace and talk to her and stuff, but I'm not bashing Daisy by no means. But when she got up there and she was saying, I don't understand why everybody has to be so cruel and mean, blah, blah, blah. And I was saying, Daisy, nobody's trying to be mean. We just do not understand why Dawn and Candace have to lie continuously. And she's like, oh, no, no, I'm not talking about you, not you. What's that all about? Why am I any different than anybody else? When I got off the phone at 4 this morning with my kids, they were still up on that. Huh. I almost said it, yeah. Well, thank you, Felicity. I love your name, by the way. Predictive text, yeah. And then had her own boo Ooh, live. Again, she went live after that? Wow. Well, is everybody's being mean to me because I'm lying? And I'm sorry, and this is not bashing, this is fact out of her own mouth. When she came up on PG's channel and they started asking her about where she made the statement that Candace didn't know that guy, she said, no, it wasn't Candace that did that. That was me saying it. I took it upon myself. So why are you putting yourself out here telling more lies in this case? Like that is the last thing this case needs, is more people to come out here and tell more lies. It's time. And when she was saying, well, y'all don't know the truth, I know the truth, I know the timeline, blah blah blah, and she did say that. Well, Daisy, if you know the timeline, then you need to start reporting it to the law enforcement and TBI. It don't matter if you think they already know it or not. It's your responsibility to these children to make sure that what you know is turned in. And you making all these statements, Daisy, and this is literally trying to help you. You making all these statements saying that you know the truth about the timeline, and the time that you said Don knows what Candace did, and then the other day when Richard, or when Candace was supposed to be on your panel and then she wasn't, when you said, what does her ex-boyfriend have anything to do with her hiding the baby? Those statements right there is going to get you hauled into court, because if it turns out that they did do something, that makes you guilty. And if anybody knows how to get a hold of Daisy, make sure she gets this little speech. You can't sit around and have knowledge of something, of a crime, and not say anything without you get in trouble with the law. I promise you. I'm gonna have to go back and watch on this afternoon when I get off work, because I just popped in and popped out. Okay. Well, Daisy had been so wrong on other things. The fake Rose Bly seeing 4 people in Kylie Rodney's car in AWP video. She's wrong about Candace too. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chris. How are you today, hon? Hello, Selena. Daisy needs to stay off the Summer Wells case. What, I don't even think she's on the Summer Wells case anymore, because she doesn't discuss theories. She doesn't discuss what could have happened. She doesn't discuss anything like that. The only thing Daisy discusses on her channel anymore, in connection to the Summer Wells case, is how innocent Dawn and Candace are. That's not trying to figure out what happened to that baby. Cops will pay Daisy a visit. Hello, Mama Bear 51. And she knows that timeline, and she knows what happened to Summer, so she needs to be opening her mouth instead of sitting back here and coddling these folks. Exactly. Or she needs to stop trying to act like to everybody that she knows what happened. TBI doesn't want to hear from YouTubers. It don't matter if they want to hear from YouTubers or not. If you call and tell them you have information, and you actually have pertinent information that came from Dawn and Candace, they're going to listen. They didn't want to hear from YouTubers, but I sure called and let them know about that jacket that I found. Well, that me and Kirst found, basically. They sure listened to that, didn't they? And I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, they do need to question Daisy now. The Wells will throw Daisy under the bus. They block or take offense to opposing opinion a lot and enables behaviors. I like her farm videos, but this situation, she is going too hard taking opinions personal, right? And that's why I tried putting my comment in the chat on PG's channel last night. I really did. And then I asked Justin to please call attention to Daisy and PG and have PG read my comment. And nobody seen it, I guess, or paid attention to it. That's why I jumped up on PG's panel. Is because Daisy was there and I wanted to ask Daisy those questions. Y'all know I put it on my community tab the other day. How can she sit there and say that Candace don't know him when obviously way back when Cora, Candace's supposed best friend in Arkansas, was telling me about Candace and Richard. And then everybody was trying to say, oh no, it's not the same person. Yeah, it is the same person. Daisy says she knows it all and takes up for the trash wells. Well, she don't know it all. Like this show, share it, use the share button under this video. Yes, thank you. They also let people say hateful, gay bashing statements in her chat about Justin on the farm. Hello, Bob G. Daisy's going to get really hungry in jail. You think, Bob? Wonder did they go get that jacket that was I have heard, and I don't know for a fact, but I have heard that yes, Kathy turned the jacket and the box over to law enforcement. If we say something about Summer and not Dawn and Can, right? I agree, honey, and that's why I'm not going to be blocking anybody for having their opinions because, I mean, I didn't want that in the first place when I first started my channel, but I definitely don't now because I don't want to be a cow lady too, you know. Did I just hear you say Daisy said what's that got to do with them hiding the baby? Now, I did not hear that myself, okay? When I was live the other night, Saturday night or Friday, yeah, Saturday night, when Daisy that all started and she had that live, there was a dude that came in here, and I don't even remember his name, something to do with Rhine Up Church, Creek Squad, or whatever. And he told us that Daisy said, made that statement. And I believe I talked to somebody else that actually went back and watched it, and they said, yeah, that she did make that statement. She's like, I don't think maybe she meant it that way, possibly. But yes, that statement was made. What does Candace's ex, she was talking to Trevor, and Trevor had said something, and she was commenting back to him and said, what does Candace's ex-boyfriend have to do with her hiding Summer? Daisy read a comment last night about Summer's pink outfit being found at Brad H's house. Huh. Do you know it was at the first part of the live or last, or where can I go look for that? Hello, Frank. How are you today, hon? What did happen to the jacket that Kathy had in the box that Candace left behind? It was said that Kathy did turn it over to law enforcement. They're going to get Daisy in trouble, and all Miss Daisy is trying to do was help them. She wears her heart on her sleeve and care about everybody. Them folks will throw her under the bus. Oh, I didn't hear him say that. I don't bash anyone who likes Daisy. That's their choice. True. I mean, I don't care, if you're a big fan of many other creators that I do not associate with my channel, but that's your life. You do what you do in your life, and I'll do what I do in my life, and let not the two meet. Okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with somebody if they like somebody else. I mean, it was Candace's ex-boyfriend. I know it was. I've been sick with C pneumonia, so I was in the hospital and haven't been watching. Oh, I'm so sorry, Diana. I mean W, not H, Pug Mom. Yeah, who is Brad H? Or who's, oh, Brad Wisham? 423 Chase, yeah. Now, what did you say? Daisy read a comment last night about Summer's pink outfit being at Brad W's house, Brad Wisham's house. I didn't hear it on Daisy's. I heard it on another live going on over her live. Wonder if he ever went to jail. Hello, you don't know me. How are you doing? It's only a matter of time. The Wells will blame Daisy for taking Summer. Yeah. They blamed everybody else under the sun. I mean, come on. They've even actually accused Department of Human Services of kidnapping her too. Not just the boys, but Summer. Yes, Felicity. Brad Wishing. Wishing. Hello, Palm Patrol. Is it true or false? I didn't hear it from Ellie. I'm not cool gamer. Hello. I'm not sure what you're asking, babe. It got raunchy at the end. FU was said pitiful. Well, I'm glad I jumped off when I did. I hope the hiding information was found. She needs to be turned in or found. Yes. Doing great. Hope you're feeling better. Yes, I am, hon. A whole lot better. Yeah, they blamed Trevor too. Any thoughts on the Lamplight Theater? I started to try to watch that, guys, this morning. I saw it yesterday, and I tried to watch it this morning, but I forget what channel I was watching. But it's one of those channels that just drones on and on, and I just couldn't get into it. And I was hoping somebody could fill me in. What happened? What's going on? I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of you out here that can just sit and watch for hours on end and do it on 2 times the speed. And I don't know how you do it. And I give you kudos. But there are just some people I cannot sit and listen to. Their voice is like numbs my brain. All right, Mama Bear, I'll talk to you later, baby. I think Daisy has lost it when it comes to Summer. Anything of Summer's was found anywhere the Wells planted it there. Well, tell her I said hello too, hon. Have a good day, Mama Bear. Yep. Okay, guys, fill me in. What's going on with the Lamplight Theater, please? Just 2 or 3 words. Give me a clue of what's going on. Did they finally discover it's a cult? Okay, Kirst. They arrested a pastor in it, and there's a Facebook page of people against them telling of things that happened to them. Oh, wow. That's what it sounds like, a cult. Yeah. From the little that I caught this morning, that's what I assumed was going on. That, and that possibly that there's some inappropriate, touchy-feely, huggy stuff going on there. I mean, I don't know that that's true, but I think Enchanted did have something on that, but I can't understand what he says. Pogue Mom, don't feel bad, honey. Don't feel bad. What about this Rudy guy? Have y'all heard the latest on it? Yes, yes. Timmy Etherton. It's sounding like Hawkins County is a haven for sickos and drug abusers. Actually, I believe Lamplight Theater's in Sullivan County. I'm not positive, but I think it is. I know I was watching it this morning and halfway I changed it. It was dragging the Lamplight Theater. Right, it was. It just something at the Lamplight Theater. Evidently the preacher got, and I actually thought it was a theater, guys. I thought they, did plays and stuff. I didn't realize it was an actual church. I will tell her have to run have the three grandkids with us for a week and they want to get in the pool. Have a great day. Well, you too, babe. You let her know that I said hello, okay? Yeah, he was big into it. What state that's Tennessee. Lamplight started out near Beach Creek. It moved to Sullivan County in late 2021. Oh, really? Hey, they supposedly had a sighting of the 12-year-old girl from North Carolina in Cali, the one that went missing last November. The one that went missing for the second time around. And that awoken channel there, they say in the church basically. Robin was at the Lamplight Theater. Oh wow. Well, that's not speaking too good on her character now, is it? You're more than welcome, honey, and I don't mind one bit asking questions, whether you've not been on YouTube for a while or you're coming in late. I don't mind. If you need caught up, we'll catch you up. We don't care. I know there's a lot of people that don't like to go back and repeat themselves, or they find it as a encumbrant on them, but I'm not like that. I want to make sure people understand what's being said. The church connected to that theater held summer's prayer vigils too. Well, no, there was one church that came up from Florida. I bet the church would love to buy the Wells land. We have to stop that. When they done the thing in the park, she was there. Oh, yeah, she was at all those vigils. Yeah. Well, thank you, Cleo. I don't know if I'd say beautiful, but thank you. And y'all have to understand, as you could tell from last Saturday night, that picture that's on your screen right now, granted, that picture was took a year ago. It really was just took a year ago, but I've changed a little bit. I've aged a little bit in just this past year. Is anyone here buying a book about Summer Wells? I'm not buying it. Well, I had a subscriber, a mod, a friend who evidently bought it, and they gave me a copy of it. So, is it okay for me to say who it was, guys? I mean, you know who you are. Is it okay for me to say who you are? Timmy's group. He's still supporting the pastor that's been arrested. Oh, wow. Justice for Summer Wells, Moon, Utah. Justice for Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Yes. Well, thank you, Dippy. I know you don't agree with me, darling. Oh, well, thank you, Pamela. Why, honey? There are books. Think about this. Okay, try to look at it like this. You're always supposed to look on the bright side of things, okay? But say 10 years down the road, God forbid she's still missing 10 years down the road. Somebody gets a book that was wrote now when all of it's still fresh in people's minds and they can remember and give accounts about what happened and the names and stuff. 10 years down the road, say a boyfriend, she's dating some guy and he gets that book or his mom gets that book and reads it and starts making connections. That book may be the very thing that would bring her home. It's uh, it's right where it's at right now. It's just a little short book, guys. It just ends with I think the guy is actually fascinated with the fact that Candace's mom and Candace's oldest daughter is named Candace. I don't know why he didn't pick up on the Don and Don, but it ends with naming those people and who they are and how they have fit to the situation. But it's nothing more than what we've already got out, or at least what I read. The timestamp is 11022. Okay. 11022. I'll try to remember that. We've all aged a bit since last year. It's what's on the inside that counts. And you're beautiful. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. The book won't have the answers we are looking for. I don't think Summer's still missing. The book does not have the answers. All it has is the information as we know it right now. That's all that's in there. And it's not even what we know. It's because he didn't take anything from YouTubers. He went to family members, news, like media, mainstream media groups, and people like that. So the book doesn't even have what we have. The book that you're going to want to read is more than likely the one that what's his name, Rocket Science, True Crime Rocket Science. He is planning on, and he made that statement like in July or August of 2021 that he was going to be writing that book, and that's going to be the book you're going to want to read. He's wrote many of them over other cases. I read the book on Kindle. It's nothing we've not already heard. Right. Hello, Mr. Justin. Will today be the day you pop up on panel? You are welcome to if you want to, and all you got to do is, oh, you're driving. Okay. Well, if you ever stop driving, you can say drop the link. And thank you for making me feel welcome last night. YouTube channels are getting taken down left and right, some rightfully deserved, in my opinion. Why do you say that? I don't care if the case is closed, but this is an ongoing, it's BS, and consider he goes on what he hears on no, DP, you've got it wrong. He doesn't say anything about what's said on YouTube. He gathered his information through mainstream media, family members, and law enforcement, and people like that. There is nothing in there about YouTube or what has been said on YouTube. I'm behind, guys. Sorry about that. I wouldn't waste my money on the book, but that's my opinion. It was a copy on paste article with some mistakes. Nothing we didn't already know, right? Well, I hope he got the permission because you can't write. Yes, you can. I can write a book about Summer. I could sit here and write a book about you. And there's nothing you can do. You do not have to have permission to write a book about somebody else. We don't have a copyright on our names or public information. Exactly. And I'm thinking about, and I'm waiting. I haven't done it yet. And I'm waiting to hear all the bashing and shit that I'm going to get. But come a little bit closer to the end of July, end of summer, I'm going to be putting out t-shirts and I'm going to say, remember summer. Let somebody try to tell me I can't put it out. Because I think people should remember summer. Oh, you're assuming I'm talking about summer whales. No, I'm talking about the summer that just passed. The summer we just went through. And it'll either have purple balloons on it or it'll be a purple shirt with butterflies. But I think people should remember summer. I think even if people are doing t-shirts or cups or whatever, those kids' names, all those kids need their names kept out in the public. Like I said, 5 years down the road, somebody could see one of these articles and say, hey, wait a minute, I remember that. Hey, I just met a girl just the other day. I'm wondering if that couldn't be. I mean, look at the first little girl that got her face put on the milk carton, guys. The first little girl. She was what, 17, 15, 17? And she went, no, she was actually, no, she was really younger than that. And she walked in the grocery store with her dad, or what she thought was her dad, saw her own picture on the dang milk carton, begged her daddy for it. He got it, poured the milk out, cut the picture out, and gave it to her. But she wasn't allowed to tell her mom. And she kept it in the bottom of her little plaything that she carried around with her. The next door neighbor was babysitting her one day, babysitting her, and the picture off the milk carton was in the bottom of the baby bed that she had took with her because she loved her baby doll. She forgot those toys when her dad came to pick her up. She forgot the toys at the babysitter's house. Guess what? The babysitter's picking all this stuff up and accidentally sees something in the bottom. She pulls it out and sees that this little girl has been missing for years and calls the law. And that little girl got to go home. I'm sorry. I'm in a rare mood today. I don't think that we should be judging people and how they choose to live their lives. I saw the Lifetime movie like that. It was called The Face Off. Yeah, exactly. Well, I watched the documentary, but yeah. I wish they would have the missing again on milk cartons. I do too, but they don't seem to think it was worth their while. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. I mean, everybody throws a dang fuss when you say anything about summer wells if you're going to be making money off of it. Well, they can't say anything to me because I'm talking about the summer that just passed. This has been a very hard summer for all of us. I talked to a lady the other day that has never took any medicine in her entire life for anything. And this past year, this lady had to go to the doctor and be prescribed antidepressants because she is so troubled over this case and is so heartbroken. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Hello, English Rose. Inch. Inch. We'll just call you Inch. I wish Ellie would make a move. Me too, honey. Heck, you hardly see cardboard containers anymore. They are mostly plastic, which brings us back to the thing. And I've had a lot going on, guys. But if I can think about it, if not think about it, but if I can keep it prioritized, I want to get a campaign going to either get kids' pictures put on drink bottles, drink cans, and snack bags like potato chips, cookies, that kind of thing. Anything that you're going to be holding in your hand for more. A milk carton, you get the milk out, you pour it in a glass, you put it back up. Other than that, who else was the only people that saw milk cartons? Kids at school. No adults. Kids really didn't pay that much attention to the milk cartons. But if you put it on drink bottles, potato chip bags, stuff like that, where you have to actually hold it in your hand, most everybody reads the labels all the time, like the ingredients and stuff like that. The pictures of kids, you're going to be sitting there looking at it over and over and over again. And it'll get embedded into your brain more than getting a carton out, seeing the picture, putting the carton back up 3 minutes later. Today, Don must report to his probation officer. Hopefully, yeah, ends up in cuffs. Hopefully. Well, the thing about it is not trying to, it's not getting off topic, but it is. Back when Kathy, and I don't know if I ever actually put my opinion about this out or not, but when Kathy had the box and the jacket, Kathy kept saying after it all came out and stuff, she kept saying that the visits and the phone calls were going to stay private. She wasn't going to talk about them, blah, blah, blah. And that if anybody had any questions, they could call the FBI, the TBI, or local law enforcement and ask them. Well, first of all, why are you telling them to call FBI unless you personally know the FBI is involved in this? And secondly, she never once said, not once, said that she was going to return the box and the jacket. She never said the box and the jacket would be at her local police department. Remember, she said she was going to take Candace's stuff that she left there and to the local police department in Jefferson County, and Candace could pick her stuff up there. She never once said she was taking the jacket or the memory box. There was other stuff left at Kathy's. In my opinion, law enforcement went ahead and picked up the box, the jacket. Kathy was taking the rest of the stuff to the sheriff's department. And remember, Kathy said that Candace had to show ID in order to pick the stuff up. In my opinion, I believe that being the reason for that is so that if she walked in there and said, okay, here's my ID, then that proves that she's making the statement, all this stuff that was at this woman's house belonged to me. Whereas if somebody else walked in there without any ID or anything and picked the stuff up in Candace's name, Candace could say, oh, I don't know, I was just being set up. I didn't tell them to do that. That's not my stuff. But if Candace goes and picks it up and has to show her ID, she's admitting that memory box and that jacket was hers and she did put it there. Guess what, guys? Candace has not been back to Tennessee since that jacket has been found. Does that tell you anything? Candace has not bothered to go to that local police department and pick up anything because she didn't even come back to Tennessee. Hopefully. Thank you, Danny. It does tell a lot. I mean, in my opinion, the way I see it, that tells a lot. I mean, even just the way that Kathy put it out there, that Candace can go. I told her anytime she can go to the local police department and pick up her stuff. But she never once said pick up the jacket or the memory box. I believe that maybe they're trying to fix it so they don't have to go through the bullcrap of extraditing anybody. I think as soon as Candace walks in there, if she hasn't already, I mean, I could be wrong, guys. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just my opinion. But I think that as soon as she walks in, if she ever does, to that police department and pulls out that ID and says, yes, that's my stuff and I want it, I do believe that's when her little butt's going to be hauled right in the back and they're going to pick up the phone and say, TBI, we've got her here, and she's admitting that's her stuff. So yeah, that jacket and that memory box that was hidden is hers. And you can't tell me she didn't take it up there to hide it. Somebody said she was seen in Tennessee with Dawn shopping. Hey, do you guys know if they have bought a white SUV by chance? She's supposed to be staying up there with Margie to take care of Margie because Margie has a intense bone infection. From what I understand, a blood and a bone infection. And I'm just more curious as if it, because see, my landlord is in the hospital right now over that. And she's going to be in there for 6 to 8 weeks. I sure hope so. She for sure was hiding stuff at Kathy's. Yes, and please let me make this clear. I'm not saying that Kathy was hiding anything. I do believe that Kathy was a true and blue friend of Candace's. Candace said, can you hold this for me? Don't tell nobody it's up here. And I don't know this for a fact. I'm just saying it's the feeling I get. Kathy, being the good friend that she is, never once opened her mouth. I believe she knew what that jacket was. I also believe that when I asked her for those pictures, because that jacket did not look like it was stuffed down in that box. That jacket was pulled over the edge of that box so that picture could be took. And then Kathy made the statement later on. She was like, well, if I had those pictures all that time, why didn't I come out with it sooner than that? That's what she couldn't understand. Why I didn't say something before then. Well, did you expect me to see it as soon as you sent it to me? And you expected me to come out with it then? I wasn't thinking nothing about any clothes being up there at Kathy's. Candace ain't playing no home health care worker, workerson, caring person for Margie. Yeah. I agree, honey. I really do. That was the first video I ever made on Kathy was, did Candace, use and abuse her and then say, see you later, no hi, bye, kiss my rear end or nothing. And as a matter of fact, when I met with Kathy that time to have coffee and talk, she told me that I was right when I made that statement. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as Dawn got out of jail, Candace said, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, and took off. Never even said thank you for what Kathy had done for her. Yes, whatever you write, if you want me to read it out loud, I will. And if I miss people's comments, it's not because I'm doing it on purpose. I'm just running my mouth and the chat's going by so fast. And CW has not opened her camera on the cow farm since DW has been on the scene. I don't think she wants anyone to see the background. Oh, you are so mean, Cursed. Oh my gosh. Worcester. 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 Gotcha. Worcester. I can say that part. I can't combine the Worcester and the Shire together. That's the part that I have a problem with. They are in Tennessee. I'll check a report to see if she has a white SUV. Thank you, because somebody was asking me, they thought they may have seen her and possibly driving an SUV, a white SUV, and they were asking me if I knew what kind of vehicle they were driving now. So I take it Candace didn't love her stepdaughter enough to stay and take care of her or the grandkids. I wonder when the authorities said they had places of interest to search, I wonder where they were talking about. Yes, that word again. She's being mean to me. Babs forever. Wonderful person you are and a great channel. Thank you, sweetheart. Could be Margie's car. Thank you for dropping Justin's channel, hon. Hello, Marie. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, you're probably right. She stayed until all the pain relievers was gone. And you know they couldn't just run right out and grab some more Tylenol. Not that kind anyways. Okay, here we go with this word again. Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Okay. Thank you. See, that's the problem. I've always been trying to pronounce it Shire. Oh, well, thank you. You don't know me. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Inch. That's another thing I'd like to talk about. Again, you know we can't give up our sources, guys. Come on. But through the grapevine and using my own common sense, and I've been thinking about this for a while now. We know that the Allie and Hunter and all them sort of like dropped off the scene, right? They're just out there. Nobody knows what happened to them. We heard there was a gag order on them, right? Okay. Well, why would there be a gag order on them? Because Hunter's a witness, not a suspect. And I'm not throwing nothing at Hunter. I'm not. But I'm just saying. Hunter is a witness. Why would his mom have to have a gag order? Is it because Hunter is a minor? Okay, so if Hunter's a minor and there's a gag order on his parental figures, wouldn't that make him a big part of the case? I mean, there's supposed to be a gag order on the boys because of the DCS and all that. And then there's supposed to be a gag order on Summer's case for Dawn and Candace is what I'm talking about. But then for them to put a gag order on a witness's parent, that don't sound right. I may be wrong. But let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, is that saying that they believe Hunter did have something to do with it? I had that all thought out in my head, and I just didn't say it the way I had it thought out in my head, guys. It's been a long week. I mean, okay, Grandis was a witness too, right? You don't hear no, gag orders about Grandis. Like, we'd actually need to get a speak order for her, but you didn't see nobody handing down no gag orders to keep her quiet. And she's a witness. The only people that got gag orders was Allie, Hunter. Well, Hunter's parents. I don't know. I don't know for sure if Andrew got one or not, but we know Allie supposedly got one. Dawn, Candace, and that covers all the kids that were there that day, don't it? Just makes you wonder. It makes me go, I wonder. And I may be talking out the side of my head, guys. I was watching news in Franklin County. Someone found a phone with child pee on and turned it over to the police. Oh, I wonder. Right? We heard that Hunter can't talk about those 2 hours. And I'm sorry, guys, it still runs through my brain where he makes this statement when he's telling Chris McDonough. You remember they were having confusions. First, he didn't remember the milk. Then he didn't remember the orange drink. Then he couldn't remember exactly if the milk was put in the back, was put in the front, was in the seat, was in the floorboard, was on his lap. Then he couldn't remember exactly where he was sitting or where Summer was sitting. But then he makes the statement. She said she was asleep against the door. Again, I ask, why does Hunter, if he was in that back seat, if he was there that day, why does he need Candace telling him where Summer was located? Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. You're awesome too, sweetie. Hey, baby girl. Yeah, you have it. Well, you just keep right on listening, baby. We're just glad to know you're here with us. That's what counts. And you just pop in if you want to and say what you got to say. And guys, I really don't smoke as much as y'all think I do. I sit here and run my mouth and my cigarette goes out and I have to keep relighting it. He wasn't even certain if she got out of the vehicle or not. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So are we even sure that he really was even with them? In my opinion, I don't think he was. And I've done a video a long time ago. I did a video about that. I don't think he was there. I think he was told what to say. That's why he couldn't remember anything about the milk or the soda or where he was supposed to been sitting, where the milk was supposed to been sitting. Am I getting in trouble? Let's see. I didn't miss it. If where'd it go? Dang it. Oh, I'm sorry, Sonia. I did miss it. I'm so sorry. Sonia Strange, thank you for being a member for 7 months. Thank you. I think Candace is the main suspect, and her daughter and sister, Dawn, is, in my opinion, responsible for SA, which probably happened to Summer Wells. Yes, history does repeat itself if you don't seek help. I don't know if she had anything to do with Rose or not, because she was in Arkansas. She had a brand new baby. I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't see you driving halfway across the country to go, knock off somebody and then with a brand new baby. We're talking a newborn. Don and Candace are sketchy. Anyone involved in a crime with them should be scared shitless. Yes, they should. Yes, yeah, I don't think so either. I really don't think he was with them. They do seem to leave a path of destruction in their wake. Yes. Okay, Pamela, that's fine, sweetie. The day with the milk, I mean, yeah. Oh, I got another question on that same line, guys. Okay, we know that Allie says that she lied about that, right? She says she went out there and seen Summer laying on the milk and she was asleep and blah blah blah, right? Then she says, and then it came out, I don't know if she said it, but it came out that she lied about that. She never walked off the porch. Um, and in a way, I guess I could understand as a mother. You know, you're trying to say, yes, the child was asleep in the truck. You know, she was fine when my son got home and they dropped him off and they left. My son did not do anything. That child was still alive and she was good when she left this property. I could understand her making up a lie to try to protect Hunter. But out of all the things that she could have made up a lie about, how did she get the exact lie that Candace told? I mean, if she did not see Summer, well, I'm not going to say the exact lie that Candace told. I'm saying the picture. If she did not see Summer in the back of that truck laid against that milk, and she just made up a lie, how did she make up that specific lie? Yes, I do appreciate every single person. Whether you're a mod, a friend, a subscriber, or just a viewer, a rerun watcher, it don't matter. To me, you are important. And your opinion counts. Yeah, I'm monetized. Why do I not have super stickers? I don't know, guys. I've not noticed that. And I don't know how to fix it. I don't know why they were took. But yes, I'm monetized. Allie protecting Hunter, but why if Hunter wasn't involved? Another really good question. Yes, just Shay. Yes, I did. I sure did. And what's even funnier is I blew it up and cropped it and sent it to Don B. But before I sent it to him, I was telling him what a beautiful full moon there was the night before, and he had to look real close at it, and he was going to see a moon like he'd never saw before. And I sent it to him. I thought that was funny. And then I proceeded to tell him who it was. Kirst, if you don't mind, if you could, after the live, if you could help me try to figure out what happened or where it went, or thank you guys. Yes, thank you, Kirst. If you want to help with some extra appreciation, it is not expected, but it is always appreciated. That's for dang sure. Ellie kept H's phone evidence in that phone, in my opinion. Hello, Victoria. How are you today, sweetie? Okay, guys, it's that time of in the live. Y'all pick the subject. Y'all tell me what you want to talk about, what you think is important, what you want to discuss or get people's opinion about. Candace still hadn't turned a phone over because she said it when CM was interviewing her at the water hole. Yeah. Maybe you may have to turn it on each video. No, because I've never had to turn them on before, and they've always been there. I always thought it was strange they kept H's phone, but not Dawn, Candace, and Grannis's. H was not even there when she went missing, supposedly. And then again, guys, yes, we all have our own opinions and theories and thoughts and stuff, but there's a very good possibility that they kept Hunter's phone because there was other stuff on his phone not to do with Summer's case. I mean, y'all know all the rumors and stuff about him being involved in the gang stuff that, True's boyfriend is in and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it may have definitely something to do with that while they kept his phone. Remember in the beginning, there was a video about Summer was standing with that little girl's friend, and her friend said Summer was packing. Yes, I remember that. Oh, it's okay, babe. I didn't put out. I've not done a video or anything in the last couple of days, so I just went live. First chance I got. I don't like how sure of himself Don was while saying Summer will never be found. I think Summer could have hit her head when she went under the water and fell asleep in the truck and never woke up. Let me tell you something else. I was talking to somebody about. Is there a possibility? And yes, I did look it up, and yes, it's rare. It is rare. But if there's any nurses in here, okay. First of all, they put her in. The water was not freezing water, but it was chilly water. It was a hot day. What if she was already sick, which we know from the picture that it looked like she had already, she was sick at some point. What if she was still sick and running a fever? Now, when she gets put back in the truck, she's freezing, trembling. They put the sweatsuit on her because she's freezing. But what if she was freezing because she was running a fever? Now, if you're already running a fever, you get put in a hot truck with a sweatsuit on you. What if that baby's fever spiked and she had a febrile seizure? Now, I know, like I said, it is very rare. Like 100 and something, 137, I think, for 100,000 people or children, that it could be fatal. But is that a possibility? Could that have been, because somebody said that to me, could that have been when she was in the truck and her arms were up in the air? Could they have been trying to catch that or record her having a seizure so they could send it to Dawn? I mean, I don't know. Could they have just been recording it thinking she was just playing? But I'm just wondering. To me, she does look unconscious in that picture. And I know everybody has had from one extreme to the next about that picture. But to me, it looked like she was unconscious and that her pulmonary system was shutting down. Now, I'm not saying that she drowned or anything like that, but for some reason, that child was in a very, very deep sleep. Could she have had a febrile seizure? I mean, maybe there was no accident. Maybe she didn't hit her head. Maybe she didn't drown. Maybe she literally had a febrile seizure, and Grandis nor Candace knew anything to do. They didn't have common sense. And by the time, because that would sort of coincide with the story of she took Summer to Dawn because she was sick. By the time Dawn got the baby, she had passed. I mean, I'm not a medical expert. I don't know. But I know my oldest son had a febrile seizure when he was little. His fever spiked from 102 to 106. And we rushed him to the hospital, and they rushed him to Knoxville, the Children's Hospital, because it was bad. You think she was sedated? However, I don't think the milk jug video is from June 15th. Well, I don't think we're ever going to know the truth to any of these questions. But then again, if you think about it, that would if that video wasn't from that day, that would explain how the jacket supposedly got on the bottom of the dirty clothes pile. Remember, Dawn said that's the reason they didn't use the jacket was because it was on the bottom of the dirty clothes pile. How within minutes after she took it off did it get on the bottom of a dirty clothes pile? And if she really was wearing it that day, and they had to go dig through the dirty clothes to find something for the dog to use for scent, they would have seen the jacket and knew that she had just had it on. Why didn't they grab the jacket? I'm sorry, I can't let that jacket go. They want that. Well, good luck to that unless they put some pressure on them people. They're not going to get it. I don't know if y'all saw what Peas and Pod said, but in my opinion, Ellie wants to find Summer before they charge anybody. I think the by way Dawn talked, Candace would have known to take her straight to the hospital. Okay, and we're gonna believe Dawn or can't. And I'm not being just mean, guys. I'm not. Danny, I'm not trying to be mean. But that's like people saying, well, what is it? Her ex-boyfriend, Dawn's past police record. What does that have to do with Summer? It has a lot to do with their credibility, what kind of people they are. You have a woman over here that told a woman who's supposedly her best friend, which was Kathy, that Richard was her ex-husband, not ex, deceased husband. And I don't think it was ever actually said that he was the father of the baby, but everybody pretty presumes that's what it was, and that he died before the baby was born. Okay, and she says, I mean, she talks about a jacket that she still has of his that she wears from time to time. And it always pisses Dawn off and makes him jealous. He doesn't like it. Okay, then she goes and says, oh, well, we just dated. We weren't together. We didn't live together. We weren't married. He's not the father, blah, blah, blah. Okay, either way it goes, whichever story she told, one of them is a lie, right? So if she can tell a lie that easy about that, Candace, did you have anything to do with your daughter's disappearance? Oh, no, no, I missed my baby. I went and checked and she was just gone. Come on. If you cannot trust for her to tell the damn truth about an ex-boyfriend that is not even relevant, how can you expect to be hearing the truth that they speak now? Her ex-boyfriend, her ex-husband, whatever, is very relevant to this case. Dawn's ex-police records are very relevant to this case. I mean, everybody wanted to come down on the sisters when they came out and told their stuff. Oh, it's about Summer, it's not about them, blah, blah, blah. Well, you would have never known Don had any of his little hiccups or hang-ups or whatever you want to call them if it hadn't been for the fact that the sisters come forward. But still, everybody tried to say, well, a lot of people tried to say they were lying. They were just trying to cause trouble for Don. Blah, 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 blah. Well, now you have a police record that confirms that he's a pervert. 2 police records, one on the July 7th of 2006, wasn't it 2006? And one on July the 27th, wasn't it? Something like that. The same year, 2 weeks apart. Their past definitely has to do with Summer and whether or not they're credible and what they're saying. If you can't believe when they say they had chocolate cake for dinner last night and you go check the receipt and they did not have chocolate cake for dinner, then that tells you they are pathological liars. If they're going to lie about something so silly, so stupid, what makes you think they're not going to lie about the really, really big stuff that's possibly going to put them in prison for the rest of their life? Which takes us right back, and I don't mean to preach, guys, I'm sorry, but it takes us right back to my statement to Daisy last night when she's like, oh, I saw Candace crying about her baby girl. No, you saw Candace crying, and yeah, I'm sure it had to do with her baby girl, but are you inside Candace's head? Do you know it was because her daughter disappeared and she's scared of what could be happening to her or what could have happened to her? Or is it Candace is crying because she knows what happened to her baby girl and what happened to her and what could be happening to her? And with all the hammers coming down and everybody getting so close and nobody letting up and everybody's being relentless, you don't think she couldn't be sitting there squalling, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison. Oh my God, please help me find my baby girl. She can throw out extra words in there. That don't mean she's actually feeling them. And the same with Dawn. Everybody's all along. No, I've never heard anybody say that they're squalling because they know that one day they're going to get caught and they're going to go to prison for the rest of their life. Or if they don't go to prison, if they just get put in jail. With the worldwide attention that Summer Wells' case has gotten, do you honestly think they would ever live or be able to live in population in jail anywhere? If they ever get caught, not only will they spend many, many, many years in prison, hopefully, but they're going to be in there by themselves in solitary confinement for all the many years that they're going to sit. Because it would be too dangerous to put those two in population. Exactly. Candace can cry on cue. She sure did a damn good job of it that night, didn't she? Was she crying over her daughter that night? No, but she's squalling her eyes out. The parents, Summer Wells, she didn't disappear or they sold her off. Only 2 options. Thank you, David. If if H was there that day, I believe him and Candace were all about chicka wow wow and something happened. I started not believing they were at the dang horse pond at all. Possibility. I think the video of Candace at the water vomiting and gagging, I believe she was digging her up. And I've listened to that tons and tons of times. And I'm having to start to wonder if You're not right. The only thing that sounds better than that is the electric chair. No, I don't. And if y'all care to hear it, I don't. Yes, thank you, Kirsch. David, please watch what you say, baby. You have to reword that, okay? Because I can get in trouble for it. Um, I don't think, and please hold your arguments till I get through. I do not believe any parent who harms their child should get the death penalty. I truly don't. The death penalty is too quick. It takes them out of their misery. And I know the Lord says, our vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. But I could only imagine the things that I would want to do to whoever it was that did this to Summer and or any other child. All the horrible things that are happening to these kids. It's horrible. And they should not be put out of their own misery that quick. No, it's not. It's against our Geneva Convention, isn't it? That we're not allowed to torture people. I'm sure with all these great minds, we could come up with a suitable alternative to get the justice we want without executing them and without torturing them. TBI said not trafficked out of the area, not that she wasn't trafficked. Right, what John Pruitt said, that he believed she was close. What is crazy, she called Ernie telling him she can't do it. I thought she was going to ask him for help for a second. I don't believe they should continue to breathe when they take away someone else's breath. I don't either, honey, but I would much rather see them. I said febrile. Febrile. No. Hang on. You may be right. Did y'all hear about that 9-month-old? There's an update on it. I don't know what it says. Oh, hang on one second, guys. That's my landlord. Guys, I've got a package. I got to go get it at the door. I'll be right back. I'm back. We thought this package got stolen yesterday. It said it was delivered yesterday, but it wasn't. Oh, well, then again, huh. discovering is always buying stuff for my pets. Oh, okay. I see where it is now. Sorry about that, guys. Hello, Stacy. I got chills talking about Summer having a fever that day. Remember, yeah, was bad at the time. Also, Grandma said Summer wasn't feeling well. Right. DW, CW have guilty knowledge of Summer's disappearance, in my honest opinion. She was very frail and thin, yes. When Don leaves for days on his runs for you know what? Are there any unsolved crimes during those same dates? I don't know, but that'd be a good thing to look into. I thought it weird about the doctor in Arkansas going missing and then found unalive is weird. Could be involved in child trafficking. Oh, I've not heard about that. I don't remember what I was talking about before that phone call come in, guys, so I apologize. If I got started on something and then didn't finish it, you can tell me what I was talking about if you want to hear the rest of it. If I can remember it, that is. I'm old. I'm old. My memory's going. Now, what are y'all gonna do if I get dementia or something and or old timers, not Alzheimer's, but old timers, and I can't even remember how to turn on a computer? Make my grandkids come in here and do it for me. And then y'all just have to sit here and listen to me babbling. Hell, I'd probably think I was talking to Doug and be rambling on. Um, Hunter made the remark she was already missing before he got home that day. I just heard that. Right. That and see that was another theory I talked with Doug about it when he was on my channel. Do you think that when they went back earlier than what they said to the house? And Candace and Hunter dropped Grandma and Summer off and left to go do whatever. Do you think it's possible that the baby went missing then and that they called Candace and said, Summer's missing, you've got to get back here? And she turned and told Hunter, you've got to go home. Summer's missing. I got to go. And that's when she dropped him off about 2:30. You think you'll be in the same shape as me, so none of us will remember what we're doing, huh? Oh, Sonia, I'm sorry. And please understand, folks, I was not making slight of the medical condition of anybody. I promise. Wonder who the Christy Vincent, who claimed husband is a doctor, went to. Disappeared with 423. Where did Candace take the kids to doctor at? I'm assuming that Candace, if she took the kids to a doctor, she took them to um that Caldine dude or whatever his name is, Christopher Caldine, the one that got busted for messing with the kids. I don't think Summer would have went to him because I think he was arrested in 2017. But he would have seen them boys. Would have traffic cams showing what time Candace was in H's house area, right? A lady working at the horse thing said that truck never moved all day. Well, did she say all day or a big part of the day? Or I was talking to Don B about that yesterday, and a pretty good part of the day would probably mean about 4 hours. A lot, I mean, myself and a lot of people that I hang out with or talk with or related to have been spent time around in the past years. To me, if I was saying they spent the whole day at somebody's house, that would mean around 4 hours. Because then I mean, you showed up about 9, 10 o'clock and you don't leave until like 1 or 2. There's no time to do anything else. So therefore they spent the whole day there. When actually it was only like 4 hours. You're not old. You're a spring chicken. Well, I don't even know if you can take kids to the health department anymore up here. Not for like medical exams and stuff anymore. I think they refer you to a doctor. Hello, Miss Common Sense. Glad to see you in here, sweetheart. You know you're welcome to jump up on panel if you would like to have a say. Kirst, I hope everything's all right, hon. I'll talk to you later. Let me know. They had 2 vehicles. Maybe someone came and picked them up, went elsewhere. Anybody that wants to come up, but Common, I'm dropping this for you, hon. I love you too, sweetheart. Still 4 hours is a long time for that truck to be parked there, especially when they were only there for 20. Right. I mean, I'm not arguing that point. I'm just saying. The one boy hurt or burnt his hand and really needed a doctor, and she refused to take him to the doctor. Oh, okay, hon, that's fine. I'm glad you're here listening. I was trying to get Selena to come up on panel and talk with us, discuss the cases and stuff, but she's into Yellowstone. I think what I'm gonna do next week, guys, I'm gonna start for game night. The prize is gonna be a kitten. I'm gonna ship you a kitten if you win. Heck, I might ship you 2 or 3. In my opinion, Don didn't want money spent on medical things. Priority was drugs. It's what addicts do. Yes, that's true. I agree with you. Did you find that funny? I don't. I think it's an ingenious idea. So next week when we do the game night, y'all make sure and put your addresses. Give me your addresses so that if you win, I can ship your prize to you. It'll take a week or 2 before they're ready to go, but I'll get your prize right out to you. I'm even willing to send or pay the shipping and all that. You don't even have to pay for any of that. Oh, Lordy, guys. Well, I like your profile picture, hon. I probably told you that before, haven't I? I can't believe Discovering hasn't made her way in here yet today. So, what do y'all think about the Rudy situation, guys? The fact that they think that overnight airmail. Yeah, there you go, Selena. Um, the fact that they think that Rudy could be charged as well. Y'all think that's a possibility? You think he deserves it? Yay or nay? You got two grand puppies. Oh Lord, I've got plenty of grand puppies and grand kittens and Lord of mercy, great grand kittens. That's the thing. Selena did her best before she moved in here. She had the daddy, the boy, because the two mama cats had just recently given birth, I think on like Valentine's Day. And that's where I got my kitten from. And so she had the daddy fixed because they're inside cats, so that the mama cats wouldn't get pregnant. Now, let me tell you this little story. This is funny on my at my expense. It's funny. She had given me two kittens. One was a boy, one was a girl, brother and sister. Well, we won't talk about it, but the little boy passed away. So all I had left was the little girl. And many people checked this cat. It was a girl, was not a boy. Okay. Selena moves back in, but evidently, right before she got her male cat fixed, he got a little excited. Needless to say, she didn't know about it. She moves in on Father's Day. Both of the cats gave birth, 7 kittens each. Okay, so we're having to, well, one of them passed, so there's 13 left. Now, her youngest female cat, not one of the ones that just gave birth, but her youngest one, went into heat. My female cat kept attacking this cat, and we thought she just hated her and she was trying to kill her. I mean, she was grabbing her by the throat and looked like she was trying to rip her esophagus out. I believe I was talking to Common Sense that day on the phone. And I looked up. No, I don't have a girl cat. I have a boy cat. And he was really excited. So more than likely, poor little Selena's got another litter of kittens on the way. So now do you understand why I want to give kittens away as prizes? Oh, Jesus. But that her and her boyfriend are looking for a house again. So that's my woe for the day, guys. Um, hang on one second. This is cursed. She was letting me know what was going on. I think they need to evaluate his mental status to see if he is even fit to stand trial before they charge him with something like that. Sounds like he needs a mental facility to care for him. Well, I mean, there's talk going around that he may actually just be an addict, which I mean, and I'm not bashing people who are addicts, guys. They have a sickness. They do. I mean, it starts out as recreational, but your body becomes accustomed to the drugs and then it becomes a need and then a physical, it literally is physical. when a person doesn't have the drugs that they are used to having in their body, they literally feel like they are dying, and some of them actually do die from withdrawal. But they think that this dude may be a drug addict. It wouldn't be unheard of with everything that he went through. I mean, his brother passing, his dad committing, unaliving. And I would love to find out what the story is behind the dad unaliving himself because of things that were going on in the police department. Yes, it does explain why how Allie and Hunter were hushed up. Well, not positive explains it, but guys, I don't know if I can say exactly why, but can we just please get a lot of prayers going for Kirst and her family right now? Um, she asked me for prayers. I'm waiting for her to say if I can say why, but you want a gray one? Oh, honey, you are to see some of these. These are some of the prettiest kittens I've ever seen. They are beautiful. Yes, prayers going up. Kirst, if you can see or if you can hear, honey, we're all saying prayers for you, for your family. Oh, Holly, thank you, hon. Thank you. Where'd you find the super sticker at? We thought they were gone. We thought we was going to have to work on that because Kirst said they weren't showing up. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but it is very much appreciated. I'm so late. I'll catch the replay. You can jump right in here and just join us right now. They're showing on yours. Okay, well that's what we were talking about earlier. I clicked the dollar sign on the right. Oh, I don't know. Mine don't show a dollar sign, of course. Huh, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know they were missing when she told me about it, so. Oh, okay. You don't, well, that's what I said. Don't leave. Just stick around. Yes, thank you so much, my sweet, sweet, sweet friend. I'm telling y'all, like I said, online on YouTube, y'all would think she's a fierce tiger. When you talk to her in person, honey, you can't even pour the sugar in the bowl without it melting. That's how sweet she is. I'm not joking, and maybe that didn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. Bye, peas in a pod. You having a good day and good luck with whatever appointment you've got, babe. Yes, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter at all when you come in, when y'all show up, as long as you get here. Well, it's true. You're sugary sweet. Um, but there was a lady that supposedly, I don't, was she a private eye or something? Novellis, is it Novellis? I think it is. He's Irish. Um, he played one where this, I don't know if she was a private eye or just a friend that the woman met online or what, but she says that she's known for years that this woman was completely wacko and that law enforcement has known about all this for since she started telling it years ago, like back in 2019 for sure. Hello, Dragon Classy Diamond Art. Misty Willis. I'm glad you're all coming in. I'm glad to see you here. Um, I'm trying to check on Discovering, guys. I'm just letting her know I'm live to see if maybe she'll come in. I worry about her. Hello, Suzette Brown. Okay, guys. Yeah, Kirst said that yes, I could tell y'all. And she said the more prayers, the better. Okay, she says asking for prayers. My little brother was just rushed to the ER after a seizure, first ever. So that's why she's needing prayers, guys. Hope she's not okay. Hope who's not okay. Or was there supposed to be a period in there? My princess is just solid gray. They're hard to come by naturally. Don't know why. I think Selena has like three of them that are solid gray. And then there's one that has, it's almost solid gray, but then it has like a teardrop white on its like lower back next to his tail. And then there's a bunch of them that look, they have the mask, like the bandit masks. And there's one that's a really, really light colored gray, splotched with a solid white on a solid white, gray splotches on white. I hope she is okay. Discovering, yes, I hope so too. Oh, and by the way, you remember? I don't know if you remember this or not, but we talked about a phone number that you were going to send me and some information about a place that you used to work there, where you're at. If you could send that to me, she's really interested in that. You want one, honey? You can have one. I will try to do my best after a while to get the pictures took, and then I will take and post them. And anybody that wants one, if you're close enough that I wouldn't have to spend tons of money, shipping them to you. I don't even know if I can ship them. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but if you're close enough, I'll give you a kitten if you want one. They are lovable, adorable, beautiful kittens. And we don't want to just give them out to anybody. Oh, for her brother, praying there's nothing seriously wrong. Well, I hope so too. I've always wondered about H going home rocking. He drank a twisted tea and then had a doctor's appointment an hour later. Doctor would have smelled alcohol on him. Your son wants one, so you're actually wanting two of them, right? Well, like I said, here in a little while, I'll try to get all the pictures out or get pictures took of all of them, including the moms and the dad. And the dad is gorgeous. He's like multicolored. Well, he's white with multicolored splotches, but he's got long furry hair, the real thick coats. And one of the moms is a calico, and the other mom she has the look of a Siamese cat, but on her sides there's like black stripes that go down her sides. Oh, your husband will say no. Oh, honey, I can send all of them to you, Chloe. I can give you every one of them. I love kittens too, but whew, Lord, you would think the doctor would have been highly concerned with the rocking back and forth also, unless he just turned it off to go to the doctor, or maybe just turned it on to go to the doctor. 2 down, 1 to go. Oh, 2 down, 11 to go. Yes. No, actually, I think she says she's already got a friend that wanted one out of the last litters, and she's got one of them giveaway there too. Sounds beautiful. I'll see if I can. We have 3 cats right now, all over 10 years old. Oh, wow. You've had them for a while, huh? I would, but I think the west coast of BC is a tad far. Yeah, maybe a little far. Maybe. My pooch Harley says no. I'm behind, but you can get her a sure to miscarriage the kittens. No. Also, we have free spay and neuter for cats. Where, Lori? Where at, honey? I've been looking for and I know that they have that program. It's like a traveling medical van that does that for this area. I'm not sure if it's through the RAM program or not, but I have not been able to locate who they are or where they are. But if you could email me any information you might have that you can think that I could get in touch with somebody, because she needs to get the females done, not just the male. Hello, Kimberly Brummett. How are you today, hon? I'm so thankful that all of you came in here just to talk, just to chat, um, with nothing in particular, to talk about. But we come in here, we chit chat. I see what's on y'all's mind. You hear what's on my mind, which is normally a bunch of rambling on. How about north of the 54th in Manitoba? Too far? Well, I'm not sure. We'll have to dig out them maps, guys. But if any of y'all are traveling to, the Great Smoky Mountains or Dollywood or Gatlinburg anytime soon, y'all can let me know and I can run you into one right up there to Gatlinburg. I'll meet you in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, anywhere close like that. I'll even run up to the Smoky Mountains. I mean, we're actually in the foothills right now, so I'll run anybody a cat they want. Oh, well, I love you guys too, Victoria. I promise you I do. Y'all mean the world to me. I love the fact that I can jump on here and you all are here to listen to me, to discuss things with me. And you all don't think that I'm this horrible person or I'm a lunatic for thinking what I think. I'm in Kentucky, but I'm sure there are programs around you. We go through Alley Cat, and can call you SPCA, Humane Society, and Rescues. They all will try and answer help. Okay. I don't know that he fell off of a cliff, Foxglove. Nobody, and I do mean nobody that I've talked to can find any information on. I mean, I know his obituary says he died February the 14th, 2023, but nobody can find any information of where he died, like what county he died in, where he was actually at, whether he was at the hospital, at home, at a cliff somewhere. There's nothing in the newspapers about anybody falling off a cliff, whether it be at um, Laurel Run Falls or at Bays Mountain. Nowhere, nothing. Sonia, thank you. I love you guys too. The U.S. Canada issue is shots, etc., and quarantine. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I really don't know, babe. I really don't know. We are looking into it, trying to find it, trying to figure out where he passed. 'Cause, I mean, come on, guys. If we find out that he was laying in the hospital and passed away of brain aneurysms or cancer or something like that, that sort of knocks that theory that was told completely out of the water, right? And if he wasn't, if he really fell, possibly fell off a cliff up there, and there was no news coverage of it whatsoever, makes you wonder why. Maybe it was possible that he didn't fall. Because, I mean, normally they cover accidents, right? I got another question for you guys. And maybe some of you have already thought about this. Some of you I've already talked to about this, but it keeps going through my mind. Okay. Fred Hill gets picked up, goes through booking and all that stuff. You know, they give him his jail clothes and all that stuff, and he gets put in population, right? We're going to call it the bullpen because that's just what I'm used to calling it. But that means general population where all the prisoners can come out into a center area, and then they, you know, their bunks are in particular places. Okay. Right after he gets put in there, has time to go to sleep, they have arrested somebody else and brought him in there after Fred. And it's strange. Now, I'm just saying if all this is true, but it's strange that that one particular person that comes in after Fred came in would be the one person that would have it out for Fred. Don't you think? I mean, that's the person that he said tried to off him, right? That's strange in itself. But then again, you know, where would be the most common place for somebody to accidentally get knocked off? In jail. I mean, they get in fights all the time. People get hurt in there all the time. Prisoners even sometimes pass away in there, not of their own accord, sometimes. Okay, but they didn't succeed. The person didn't succeed. So law enforcement are giving him CPR. They're resuscitating him. Two hands on the sternum. You're pushing down. You have to push so hard that you can actually break the person's ribs or come right near close to breaking them. Now, Kirst said she took the picture of when he pulled his shirt up and showed the marks. She compared them to other pictures of people who had CPR, and that coincides with his story. I mean, those marks do coincide with being resuscitated. I've given CPR since I've lived in this house to my landlord who passed away of a heart attack. I don't ever recall me trying to resuscitate him doing anything except feeling for a pulse on his wrist. So tell me how, when Ellie was trying to resuscitate Fred Hill, did they almost break his wrist? Anybody have any thoughts on that? And yes, in my opinion, I think it was a setup. I think Fred was put in jail, and I think there was, I hate to say it, a hitman hired because that's a place that nobody would think about somebody else just getting mad. Oh, you turned on me, you turned me in, you ratted me out, whatever, and knocked the other person off. Happens every day. So it wouldn't be a big deal for Fred to pass in jail. But it didn't work. So tell me how, in resuscitating Fred Hill, did law enforcement almost break his wrist? I mean, we saw the sling or whatever it was, right? I'm just saying, if the Fred's story is true, don't argue with me about whether it's not true or, blah, blah, blah. He's lying or he didn't lie. I'm just saying, if the story is true, How could they have almost broke his wrist by giving him CPR? Unless they were upset because he didn't pass and they got a little rough with him. Because Fred Hill is one of the people who knows all the secrets about the business they've got going on up there. And maybe they needed him silenced. Just like we heard from that Rita woman the other day. Cotton used to be in that business. For some reason, and I know it's a big coincidence, and I know y'all think I'm pulling from thin air here, but for some reason, guys, I'm making a list. I'm putting a list together. And as of right now, I've got like 20 names on that list. Just that community. Beach Creek, well, Ben Hill, that area right there. 20 people in 2 years that have passed for various reasons. Do y'all really think it would be out of the way for Fred to be the next one on the list? And if you think about all the people that have passed, they are directly connected to Ben Hill, the Wells, or the business they have going on in Hawkins County. There was somebody threw out a thought to me that maybe, because it seems like at least one person per family is getting gone, right? They're getting, they're unalived. Maybe people are taking out the weakest link, the ones that they're afraid is going to talk. Right, Alicia. Oh, Lord, honeysuckle and roses. You people are all, oh, no, we're not. Look, lady, you're the one that's in here watching me. You're the one that clicked. Did in my title whatsoever, does it say anything about what I'm going to talk about? So you tell me how I'm talking about this is for clicks and views. When you do that for clicks and views, you put it in the title or you put it on the thumbnail. Do you not have common sense? Lord, forgive me for being hateful to you, but I'm so sick of being accused of doing stuff for clicks and views when all I'm doing is sitting here talking, putting out my own perspective about things. If you don't want to hear it, hit the road. If you think I'm here just for clicks and views, go away and don't click on a video or a live stream of mine. That'll take away one of the clicks. Hi, Michelle. Thank you, 91. Exactly, 91. Kick rocks. I do not believe H was with Candace or Summer that day at all. I believe he was paid to lie and recite the script. Exactly. And that's why he said she was asleep against the door. Yeah, September. They need to click on out of here. Thank you guys. I was afraid you'd get upset because I got upset, but sometimes people just, get on my last nerve with their stupid crap. Exactly. But yet you came here and give me a click. Turn the channel. It's that simple. Absolutely. Thank you, common sense. We love you too, hon. Tattoo. Tattoo. You know what I think every time I see your name? Fantasy Island. You know, tattoo on Fantasy Island. Sorry about the allergies, guys. Coughing at you. Oh, well, thank you, hon. I'm writing contracts for deli meat right now. Oh, fun, fun. Yes, there you go. The plane, the plane. I did too. That was one of my mom's favorite ones. Um, we're talking way back, guys, way back when the Love Boat actually came on at night once a week, and then Fantasy Island would come on right after it. It was my mom's favorites. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Make me feel old. It's okay. I was still a kid too, somewhat. Yes, the Love Boat with Captain Steubing and Julie and Tattooed Rebel. Do you want to come up and say something? You want to get up here and fuss a little bit and rant and rave and hey, they were in your home. You say what goes. Right, exactly. Well, I don't, I prefer not to think of us as old. We're just very wise. We watched Love Boat, then Fantasy Island, then after the news, Saturday Night Live. Yep. Those were the awesome years of Saturday Night Live. Yeah. You had a crush on, I believe I had a crush on Doc too. Young at heart forever. Absolutely. Tattoo says he's not old. He's a classic model. Have y'all been seeing on the shorts lately? I think it's running on TikTok too, but where they're talking about Gen Xers, and you know it says, well, why did they get a break or whatever it is, or seasoned? Um, well, and all these people are, you know, we're the last of the feral children, and we're this and we're that, and we don't take no bull crap. And well, I've got one thing to say to Gen X. Boy, did we screw the world up. The world is right now the way it is because of us. I wonder why ain't nobody put out a short on that one. I'm proud to be a Gen X too, common sense, but that's not the point. The point is, it's the next generation that's saying Gen X is bad or needs to be held accountable. They do need to be held accountable because we're the ones that raised the next generation. And look what they turned out to be. Gen X does need to be held accountable. We shouldn't be sitting around patting ourselves on the back. Yes, we can be proud of who we are, when we were raised, how we were raised. It's just a shame that we didn't raise our children the same way we were raised. If we had of, the world may not be the way it is now. Did you say something before that? Oh, they drive me nuts too, honey. And I don't even know what the next generation is. Does anybody know what the next generation after the millennials are? Is that Gen Z or something? Gen X were raised in a better time. Gen X were raised by better people, plain and simple. But they slacked on us a little bit. But we thought they were still too hard. So we didn't want to be that way on our kids. And we should have been. Your boys are good men. My boys are good men. My daughter's wonderful. I mean, they are hardworking. They are good parents. They are. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing all of our kids or all of us, or I'm not, and I'm not saying we were bad parents, but because we slacked, we didn't want to punish them for everything that we got punished for. We didn't want to be as strict on them as our parents were on us. Through the decades, things got out of hand. You have a millennial and two Gen Zs? Oh wow. I was hard on mine. World was already turning to trash when they was young. What generation are you? You're 48. You are I think Gen X ends in 69. No, I'm so sorry. It starts it ends in 80. Sorry, in 80, I believe. Can somebody look it up real quick? Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you saying that. I didn't know if everybody understood what I was saying. I wasn't saying we're bad parents or we have bad kids. I'm just saying because of the lacks of, okay, yeah, there. 1965 to 1980, Gen X. So, were you born between those years, babe? Where'd you go? So, are you a Gen X, Selena? You're not? You're not a Gen X? Born in 68, guys, so I'm a Gen X. What are you? You're a baby boomer. Y'all created all these feral kids, the wild ones. Y'all are the ones that had the men that were going off to war, and when they come back, they were real excited, and y'all had a bunch of done kids. 73, so you are a Gen X. Millennials and Zoomers. Then all my grandkids are Gen Z, all of them. I always get called a boomer by younger people, but I'm Gen X and will be 50 next month. Yeah, don't let them make you no older than what you are, Bob. I mean, they're already trying to kill us all off. Sadly, my son says, "Mama, I don't want to raise a kid in this world this way it is." No, I wouldn't either, honey. I wouldn't want to either. It is really sad. I was reading the other day, or I don't know if I was reading it. I read some, I watch videos, but there was a woman, like Chad Dorbin the other day with his 3 boys. There was a woman probably 4 days ago now. I think it was 4 days ago. Her 15-year-old daughter called the law and said she was trying to unalive her sister. And when they got there, they showed the body cam footage, guys. They go in the front door because it's standing open, and they have to bust into the bathroom where the woman, the mother, has a 2-year-old holding her under the water. And when the cop gets the baby away from the mother, finds out that she stabbed the baby in the chest, on top of what else she was doing. The mom had already done that multiple times to the 4-year-old brother. And she just hadn't got to the 8-year-old little girl and the 15-year-old girl yet. Whereas Angel Falls, I mean, this world it's like my mom always said, it's going to hell in a handbasket. And whether you like it or whether you don't, whether you believe in the Bible or not, or in God or not, it is playing out just like it says it will. Parents are turning against kids, kids are turning against parents. The end of days are getting closer, guys. I'm not saying they're like right around the corner, but they are definitely getting closer. At least where'd that go? At least our kids talk to us. A lot of teens don't. That's true. Thank you, I see you. Oh, I don't know who was asking you, but I started to say, we know where you live, Bob. But I guess there's some people that don't. Jesus may be back in 2030. Why is people so hateful anymore? Was I being hateful, Spirit? If I was, I wasn't meaning to be. Do you think the world was that bad with Chrome and we just didn't know it before the internet? No. No, I don't. And the reason I say that is because the internet is what helps spread the word, letting us know what's going on in different parts of the world or the country or the state for that matter. But before the internet, you may have had a guy over here that was doing something horrible to his child that lived on the East Coast, and a guy that had the same situation on the West Coast. But the guy on the West Coast never heard about the guy on the East Coast. So maybe the guy on the West Coast found a different way to deal with it. But because of the internet, because people are hearing all the time about all these parents doing this stuff to their kids, doing this stuff to their parents, doing this stuff to just strangers. They get it in their head, oh, well, heck, if they done that and they only got 2 years, what do you think I'm going to get? And that person over there played to be crazy, so they didn't get no time at all. They went to an insane asylum. If I play my cards right, I could probably get away with the same criminal act as them, play it off like I'm crazy, like that person did, and I'd get off scot free. Because not only does good information spread on the internet, bad ideas do too. So before the internet and the horrible ideas and crazy lunatic things that people have come up with to do, it didn't spread as far and wide as it does now. So everybody's knowing about these crazy things, and they're all trying them. If that makes sense. I'm an Aquarius, and truth is the most important thing to me in this world. Dishonesty and disloyalty are things I cannot stand. So the new generation is the generation of truth. Can I say the Bible says to God, 1,000 years is like a day, and always on the third day Christ returned. We right at a day 3 or 3,000 years. A lot of people are talking about this online. I would like to know, I would like to read more about it. Thank you. And common sense, let me tell you something, honey. And for people that this offends, I'm sorry for you. I am a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior 100%. Have no bones about telling anybody. I'm not ashamed of it in any kind of way. And anybody that wants to speak truthfully about the Bible, about God, and about Jesus Christ or their religion on my channel is more than welcome to. Because, like it says in the Bible, and people, when I quote things out of the Bible, if I misspeak them, the Lord understands what I'm saying. So I should hope you would and wouldn't try to correct me. If you already know, if you don't know what I'm trying to say, ask, and there'll be other people in chat can help you. Okay. And I done forgot what I was going to say. Oh, geez. Um, I'll think of it here in a minute. But I believe 100% the Lord's word should be spread. And if you are offended by anybody saying anything about the Lord Jesus Christ on this channel, maybe this channel isn't the channel for you. So anybody ever that wants to say anything, you're welcome to. But now we ain't gonna get into no and don't take offense to this either. But we ain't gonna get into none of this uh like freaky religions and like the most common statement is Jesus freaks. Okay, I'm not meaning any uh I don't mean anything bad by that, but I'm talking about like Don Wells. Come on, he can ramble on and never say anything that is said in the Bible, and yet people, there are some people out there that thinks he's speaking the truth out of the Bible. And there's times that he's never said one word out of the Bible, and yet people think that's he's quoting the Bible. I can't handle that now. You are unashamed of Jesus. That's awesome. Unashamed? What do you mean unashamed? Oh, I know what I was going to say now. If you deny me in front of others, I will deny you in front of my Father. And I know that's paraphrasing, but plain and simple, that's what he says. So you should never be ashamed of following Jesus Christ or the Word of God or, standing up for your religion. And let me tell you something, the worst thing I've taught my children, the worst thing you can do when it comes to religion is deny God, deny Jesus. If somebody is standing there holding a pew pew to your head, no matter what, never allow them to persuade you to say, I do not believe or I deny him. Never. Even if the trigger gets pulled as soon as you say he is my Lord and Savior. How I will not get my teachings from Don Wells or Candace. Well, I mean, I'm not asking anybody to take what I've always heard. You hear somebody speak on something, you go to the King James Version and you read it for yourself. Because what I understand this way, you may get a totally different meaning that way. We may not see things eye to eye. That's why I don't quote the Bible a whole lot. But I will tell you to pray. I will tell you, don't forget when you're praying and asking for things, don't forget, just on some occasions, just to say thank you for nothing at all. Just thank you. Thank you for the breath you gave me. Thank you for the life you gave me. Thank you for the parents, the children, the new living room couch. You know, thank you for just being. You don't always have to ask for stuff. Um, which is, it goes the same with your parents too. You need to call your parents up and say, thank you. You didn't always have to do what you did for me, for us, you know, even if they weren't the best parents, even if you didn't get everything that you always wanted, or even if you didn't get all the things that you ever needed. And there's a guy, I can't think of his last name, but he's a politician. He's been popping up on YouTube lately, shorts and stuff. And I really like him. His name's Nick something. It starts with an F. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. And he does a little thing about 3 things about, what you teach your girls. And one of the first things is how to be a good dad is, first of all, you tell them you love them. Because if you don't tell them you love them, somebody else might that don't. Y'all need to go watch him. I'll try to share one of his videos on my community tab. He's got some really good advice. Does God eat or drink? Well, no, I wouldn't think he would. I got a joke for you. You might want to hear a joke. You're lost. Where's Daisy? Oh, who's Daisy? Uh, Crazy Crime and Critter on the Farm channel. Okay. What's God's first name? Does anybody know? I'll give you a little bit. Tell me if you can figure out what God's name is. His first name. And keep in mind, it's a joke. I mean, not a bad joke, but it's a joke. So, nope, it's not Lord. Religion is the opium of the mass. Well, I can't think of anything that would be better to be high on. Best way to be. Yeah, exactly. Nope, not dog. Jeremiah Raber last his channel for talking about religion. Really? Well, I respect all religions. I don't put nobody down for what they believe because in my opinion, whether it's Allah or the Great Spirit with Native Americans or it's God or I mean, no matter there is a great entity no matter what religion you have. Who's to say they're not all the same person? Just different words, different beliefs because of how you were raised. No, okay, y'all give up. I'll tell you. God's first name is Andy. A-N-D-Y. Actually, it's A-N-H-E is how it's spelled. A-N-H-E or A-N-D-H-E. Remember, guys, it's Andy. Andy walks with me. Andy talks with me. Andy. That's got to be God's first name, right? Oh, come on. It was funny. It was stupid, but it was funny. Death is certain, and beyond death is speculation. Oh, well, come on. It was, like I said, it was a joke. That's what I was telling y'all. It was a joke. But it's true. How many times have you ever said or sang that song? Okay, how many seconds are in a year? We'll get off the God thing. How many seconds are in a year? This is the wrong channel for that. What? Lots? Okay, whatever your name is, I can't pronounce it. That might be true, but I don't know if you're saying this simply because of what we're talking about, but okay, lots and lots. Nope. Actual, factual, there are only 12 seconds in a year. That's right. You're not going to talk people out of their faith. 12 seconds in a year, guys. You don't believe me? I can prove it. January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd. No. No, there's only 12. Let's see what Selena says. Since the beginning of time, people have worshipped the sun, rock, and statue and other items. So how do I know what's real and is there human beings form of good, or Jesus, is he real? Because I never seen him. Okay, you never seen him. Whether you or anybody else believes, or whether he is the Messiah that came back or not, they have confirmed, and these are atheists that have confirmed, Jesus Christ did walk this earth. He did live on this earth. He was real. And if you do not believe me, as much time as you spend on Google or on the internet, go Google it. Go look it up on YouTube. You'll see. Well, absolutely. I told you all you got to do is say drop the link. Yes, that's true.
Hey Nana, how are you?
Hi, sweetheart. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I, two things that I wanted to say. Uh,
Okay.
if you don't care, go watch my live last night,
Uh-huh.
because I talked about another little girl that went missing in Hawkins County in 2016, and there's some odd coincidences.
Oh, darling, you need to get my phone number. I can. I am working. I'd probably 4 hours the other morning. I've done several of them videos, and I spent 4 hours the other morning just downloading all the evidence. Well, I can't say evidence. I have law enforcement, her own dad, and the news media stating that child medically, that child was not messed with.
Oh, I know that, but I'm talking about the other coincidences in it.
Oh, like they're both blonde hair, blue eyed.
Both blonde hair, blue eyed. Uh, a preacher found her. She was found on a Lawson's property.
I have a video that I would like to send you that's Enchanted Life Path did. You need to watch it. If you're going to get into that rabbit hole, you need to watch that video. Trust me.
Uh, Tattooed Rebel 2229 at gmail.com. All one
Um,
word.
hang on a minute. Uh, I'm writing it down, guys. Okay, now what is it?
Tattooed Rebel 2229 at gmail.com. Tattooed is, uh, I don't forget how I spelled it. Shit. I think it's two O's and one D. TATTOOED.
Okay, ed
Yes,
at
ma'am.
Gmail.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, the other day when I had that woman up on panel, and she had said something about Gary Simpson being Whatchabadoodle's uncle,
Yeah.
and then Michelle Walks did that video, and she makes the statement that it's not true that because some people believe that Gary was set up, and she says that's not true. He was a monster. It's proven. Blah blah blah. I'm not saying I know for 100% sure, but with all the research I've done, because I've done probably about as much research on Carly Trent's case as I have Summer. And I'm telling you, like I said, I've found the clips where the father himself says she spent the night in the hospital. This child was not messed with. Law enforcement says she was not messed with. Media says she was not messed with. We have the law enforcement saying that the van that they found was took straight to Strawberry Plains to the um, forensic lab down there at the TBI. It stayed there. They went through that van with a fine tooth comb. And then it
Mm.
wasn't until months later somebody supposedly went back through that van and found a piece of paper that Gary supposedly wrote on. Also, think about Shurfy Jr. How many
Yeah.
years did he get? How much was his bond?
Oh, my
Brandon
God.
Lawson. Brandon Lawson, how many years did he get? What was his bond? What were their offenses? Think about that. There are so many others in Hawkins County that you can compare this to. Gary Simpson for kidnapping, because they did not have any assault charges on him to begin with the day they arrested him. The day he was arrested, his bond was set at $1 million.
Oh.
And the man never bonded out. They told him they could lower his bond if he'd be willing to pay $300 a month, so that the Trent family, not so law enforcement, but so the Trent family could track him and know where he was at every minute. And he said he didn't have the $300 a month to pay. And they said, okay, so we're not going to lower your bond. The man never made it out of prison. He died in April 2022.
Right.
I'm sorry, I get passionate about that.
No, no, no. I'm glad you. I didn't hear any of that, so I would love to see that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm working on a very long video. It's not going to be a live, and it's not going to be a short video either.
Right.
to show all this. Now, in the end, he may have messed with her. But I just find it odd that for months he was just charged with kidnapping and custodial interference, and everybody was saying that the doctor said the child was not messed with. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they get those other charges against him. I've even got Dan Armstrong talking on camera stating because kidnapping carries anywhere from 15 to 60 years.
Right.
But they reduced the charges as far as the assault goes, so that they could just give him 8 years for that, but it was going to be run concurrent, and that way they didn't need Carly to come into court to tell what happened, and that's how it's said, to tell what happened.
Oh, see, I guess I need to dig deeper then, don't I?
Oh yeah, I've got your email now. I'll send as much as I can to you, because I would love for somebody to help me dig into that, delve into it. And like I said, I'll be the first person if I wind up finding out that the man did it, I'll be the first. Oh my goodness, my cat keeps jumping on my lap and it's hot. Um, I'll be the first person to say I was wrong and I apologize. And trust me, I'm waiting on the day for that child to turn 18 so I can contact her and ask her. But they have a letter from him, a statement from him, whatever, that the dad was. Now that also runs back into the ring tattoo. James Trent, her dad. Now get this. Her dad was in prison for 3 years for making what they make in Hawkins County, right?
Right.
The mom was God only knows where because she was an addict. So Gary Simpson and his wife, who was James Trent's sister, was given custody. CPS handed custody, the courts handed custody over to this man and his wife while James was in prison. When James got out of prison, legal custody was given back to him. I'm assuming he just stayed there with them. But the day to day caring for those two girls still landed on Gary and his wife. The morning that he took uh, Carly, they got up out of bed that morning, woke the girls up, got them ready for school, and took them to the bus stop. They were still the primary caregivers of these girls.
Mm.
And he
Okay.
said that he was taking Carly away because of the way her dad treated her. And that little pat on the back and whisper in the ear that Ronnie Lawson gives Gary in court after he takes that he did an Alfred plea, which means Alfred plea
I'm,
means you
yeah, I
know
know
what
what. Yeah.
okay. It means I'm innocent, but y'all got me railroaded, so I can't fight it. So I'll take the plea, which he did. He took a plea down to 25 years instead of the 60 years he was facing. But as he's walking out of court, Ronnie Lawson pats him on the back, whispers in his ear, maybe, I got you here. I'm glad you took one for the team here. We'll take care of you. I promise. We got you. Don't worry about it. I mean, that's what I see in my head, anyways.
Yeah, I don't trust Ronnie Lawson as far as I can throw his at. I, and that's just my opinion. I'm not throwing that on nobody. I'm just saying I don't trust Ronnie Lawson at all.
Right.
But now I can't stay long. I just wanted to jump up here and
Oh,
tell you about that.
I will definitely go watch that live. I will. Probably right after I get through with this live, I'll probably go watch it. But I will email you as much as I possibly can about that case.
Uh-huh.
And in the end, he very well could be guilty. I'm just saying there's so many coincidences in how things went down with that case. Like on that one the ELP did, if you listen to the dispatch call when they found her, there's 4 different addresses they give where they found that child. They also say they found her wandering by herself in the woods. They say they found her in a barn. They say they found both of them in the van. And then they say they found her in an abandoned cabin. Well, which one is it?
Right.
There's there's another coincidence for you. All the different stories. How many stories have we heard about Summer and how she got gone, where she was at, what time of day it was, who was with her?
Right.
They
And
sound a little
how,
too to me.
and then the lies that supposedly come from dispatch saying that Candace was gone, but yet they say she was at the house and all that good stuff.
Right. Oh, and yeah, there's another one. Yeah, I seen somebody saying that it's odd that Hawkins County hands out those deals. That doctor, the pediatrician that had been there since 2005 and took care of all those kids in that damn neighborhood, also contributed $10,000 to the reward. That man got 2 years for messing with two teenage boys in his own home
I
that he
remember
had
that.
spending the night with him. Tell me how he got 2 years and how Gary Simpson gets a $1 million bond and immediately it said, he's getting 25 years, 15 to 60 years, but gets a $1 million bond. And none of these other sex offenders, I shouldn't have said that, but none of the other ones, their bonds, no, probably no more than $100,000 each.
I'm like I've said before, and I'm not putting down all police officers. Trust me when I say this, because there's some good ones out there. But Hawkins County is crooked as hell.
And just so people know, you live up there, right? Not in Hawkins County, but you live in that
Vicinity.
area,
I live about 45 minutes from Hawkins County.
right? Oh, and one poor joke. Are we sure? Because I was talking about that list of all those people that have passed since Summer went missing. Somebody told me I should ask. Are we sure that Ben Hill and that area, Beach Creek and stuff, really isn't located in Bristol? Are we positive about that? Because I mean, they're all a
I'm very,
time.
I'm very, I'm very
Finding-
positive. It's in
No,
Rockville, Tennessee.
no, because they're all the time finding remains in Bristol, like every other day or something.
Oh
And now
yeah.
all these people are dropping off when they're connected to Ben Hill or Beach Creek. It was a joke, a
Oh
bad joke, but a joke.
well, no. I mean, Bristol is a drop off spot because they just found a gentleman about a week ago on the back. It was they haven't come out with was wrong, what happened to him or nothing, but late 20s, early 30s, man was found just laying on the side of the road dead.
Wow.
Uh, on it's a road, but it's like an alley, if you know what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
just a little short stint across from one road to another.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, I know you were trying to jump off here before. I'll let you jump off, hon. I don't want to keep you any longer on what you got. But I will definitely go and watch your live. And everybody else, I want y'all to go watch it too.
And
Tattoo. The plane. No, he's been very, very sweet since the day I met him. I met him on the Dublin's channel. And he's been very supportive of me, so I want to be the same for him.
well, thank you, Noni.
You're welcome, darling.
And I'll be supportive of anybody that's honest, caring, and compassionate about Summer Wells as you.
Right. Well,
But now,
everybody, go ahead.
go ahead. You go
Oh,
ahead first, and then I'll say.
I was just gonna say, everybody keeps saying that they like me because I'm honest or this or that or the other. Well, let me tell y'all something. I don't believe in being one way in front of this person and being another way in front of that person, or whether you're in front of a camera or not. I am who I am all the time. The only time I may be a little bit different is when I'm talking to Discovering or Dippy, and they're agitating me because they're all the time hollering at me, "You got to prove this and you got to prove that, and how do you know?" And that drives me nuts. But
Right.
I love them both to death. But other than that, I'm the same person no matter where I'm at, who I'm talking to. So what you see is what you get, and this is really who I am.
That's
And
it.
I
I
really
mean,
do care about these
I'm the
kids.
I'm the same way. I'm the realest person you'll ever know, want to know, because I've seen a lot of people getting doxxed on here. I ain't worried about that. I tell people
Right.
where I'm from.
You're cutting
I
out
don't
real bad,
care.
honey.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I would.
It might be my internet. But now, one other thing before I go,
Okay.
the gentleman that was in there a while ago asking if God was real. How do we know? Let me say this: I'm no I'm no saint by any means. I've done my fair share of uh, bad things, I guess you want to call it, criminal things. Ended up in jail, but you need Him just like you need air. You don't see air, but you know you need it, and it's there.
Exactly.
One other thing: I was married once before, and me and my wife separated, and it tore me up. And I said, and we had adopted children, which was her sister's children. And I got in there and prayed one night, and I said, "Look, I've never prayed like this before, but please, whatever you do, I'll do whatever you ask. Bring me my wife and children back." I didn't
Right.
get the woman that I was married to begin with, but He did give me my wife and children, and I have them right here.
Well, that's awesome. Amen.
So you can believe in who you want. I know what I know is real.
Exactly.
But Nana, you have a good one. I'm getting ready to go back to work. I just want to jump up here, show you some support, throw you some love, and love to everybody in the chat. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all on the street to YouTube one of these days.
All right, darling. We'll see you later, hon. Thank you for coming
All right,
up, Tattoo.
all right.
Bye,
Much love
sweetie.
and respect.
You too, sweetie. All right, guys. Oh, discovering. I had a visitor on my porch this morning. It was Mr. Logan. He says I received a package today. Yeah. So I got my package. Love not live spell check already starting on me. Damn bully. Oh, she is not bullying you. She's just trying to make you a better person. Hang on one second, guys. Let me holler at Selena real quick. Oh well. I don't know if she heard me or not. What one of my mods, please, if I've seen so many comments in chat and they've been consistent. I don't normally throw people out. Just put it this way. HD, either stop whatever it is you're doing or you're gonna be timed out, banned, whatever. It seems to me you're just wanting to argue. I don't have a problem with people having their own ideas and opinions and whatever. But come on, dude, give it a break. You don't have to harass Amazon. So when did you finally wake up, Discovering? Hey, these are flashlights too, Discovering. They're flashlights, lasers, and then they've got some kind of blue light on them for something. Hmm. You're welcome, guys. Bye, Tattoo. You have a good day, hon. LG, God is what gives you the power to pursue, then it's God. If it's the little hummingbirds that give you the power to pursue, then it's the hummingbirds. But you have to also think who made the hummingbirds. What if culture is wrong, you change or follow it? If culture, customs, religion is wrong, you change. Okay, my own kids, let me say this, don't nobody time this person out yet. Listen. Okay, let's say you follow the 10 Commandments, you follow the Bible, you do everything you possibly can to live the way the Bible, God says you're supposed to, right? You're doing everything you can to be a good person, do the right things, be honest, helpful, loving, all that, right? And in the end, when you pass, you go to heaven. Great. Okay, let's say you do all those same things, and in the end, when you pass, you find out, wait, there was no God. Well, guess what? You're still a better person for it. You still helped more people. You were still a good person and loving and helpful and charitable. There was no harm came of you trying to be a better person. Let's do it the other way, though. Let's say you're a horrible person and you're mean and you're cruel and you don't believe in God, and you know, it's like I can do what I want because I don't have to worry about the repercussions. And you pass and you find out God's not real. Well, okay, you lived the way you wanted to, and you weren't that good of a person and you were mean to people. But let's say you live that kind of life and you pass, you were a horrible person, you pass, and you find out God was real. Oops. Then you chose the wrong side. I would rather be safe than sorry. Although I do believe in God 100%. But even for the people who don't, if you live like the old saying, fake it till you make it. You're supposed to smile until eventually you'll have a reason to smile. Live like you're a Christian until you can become a Christian 100%. And in the end, if God is not real, then you've not heard anything. If God is real, then you secured your place in heaven. Okay. And on that note, we've been here for 3 hours, and I believe I'm going to call it a day. I'll shut my trap now too. Who? Oh, you ain't. I wasn't trying to shut nobody up. I'm just trying to get people to see. That's just like the thing I keep saying about Dawn and Candace. If they would lock them up like they have every other parent out here until they find out one way or another, I would rather be wrong. I'd rather be wrong than sorry. I would much rather lock them up and then find out they didn't do it, as to not lock them up and let them run loose and do whatever they wanted to, and in the end find out that they did something very horrible to that child, and then know that they got to run loose and enjoy life, thinking that they got away with it. Okay. I'm sorry you feel that way. You too, hon. See, it says right there, I see what y'all are seeing now, but I literally, and I've got pictures, by the way, I timed that dude out and it says that he was banned and their comments were removed. And I promise you, I timed him out. I watched specifically, very meticulously, to make sure that's what I did. But anyways, guys, I love you all. I thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my ramblings, my ideas, for being a friend, for being an ear, for just being. Thank you. Don't forget, guys, tell the good Lord above thank you. Tell your parents thank you, and love your kids. Let them know how much they mean to you. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye, guys.